What's up, everyone? Abstract Tiger Productions here. I'm Chris.
I am Drew.
And we are here with a very lackadaisical episode of RWBY. Nothing is going to happen at all. Based on what happened in the last episode, nothing important is happening at all. We're just going to go back to school and do book work and book report and all that boring stuff in this episode. Yeah, okay, all right.
RWBY has to wear heels for the rest of the episode.
Oh, yes. Lady Stilts. Yeah, no, okay, really, this is the finale of volume 2. Yes, last episode, before we get into this episode, we had basically a train wreck. I think
it was actually a pretty good episode. I wouldn't call it a train wreck. No. Yeah. So the train was full of bombs, and they realized that the plan was to blow up individual cars to create holes in the tunnel in order for Grimm to get in and follow them. Yeah. And then at the very end of the episode, we realized... I'll backtrack here in a second. At the very end of the episode, we realized that the whole point is to use the train as a battering ram to release Grimm into the city of Vale.
Well, this is still outside Vale itself. This is like one of the outlying areas. It's a populated
I thought that was
area.
The whole point was they had to wall off the kingdom and to get into the city.
Right, but the city isn't just the kingdom.
Okay.
Like, the kingdom isn't just one city. I mean, there's like all the little townships. Like whenever Team Juniper said, "Hey, we're going to this little town outside the city to shadow a local sheriff." Right. It's like one of these areas.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought that they were like 2 miles down the road from the school or something like that.
But here we have a whole Grimm pouring out into a depopulated area. Regardless, Team RWBY are trying to collect themselves after the train wreck.
I'm assuming a couple have concussions.
Like
Weiss
Jesse
did
Ventura
say them with the ice box.
Yes, they did put it. She did. I am Groot them.
Yes, we are Groot. Oh, that could not have been better. Yes. Okay.
But yeah. I was gonna say, like Jesse Ventura from Predator, I don't got time to bleed, and I don't have time to have a concussion.
Yeah.
We also had the most awesomest that a corgi can ever be.
Yes.
Moment in last episode, with him being set on fire and then golf swing like into a paladin mech.
Yeah, paladin. Yep.
And come out absolutely fine.
Yep. Where's my treat?
Yay, I did good. But yeah, we also had some little bit of matchups that were kind of one-sided. But you could also look at it this way. Up until this point, they had been fighting, packs of Grimm.
Maybe or other students. Sparring.
Not during this mission, no.
No, not during this mission. I thought you were talking about they're up until now.
No. I'm talking about on this particular mission. They have been consistently in battles with like Grimm in the city. So you can say they a little bit more rough around the red edges right now, especially Yang getting her rear end handed to her by Neo almost effortlessly.
Who did nothing except for dodge and parasol.
Yes. But she was very effective at it.
Yes, it's like she learned her fighting skills from the penguin. Just
But then when she did knock Yang out and Yang was on the floor, she was going to stab her.
Yeah, I saw that there was a hidden... Was that another, like, thinner form of a rapier, or would that just
I think it's just called a cane sword.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Well,
but in this case, then it would be a parasol sword.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that the same thing that Roman has?
Well, he just has a... Yeah, I don't know. His is more of a cane gun grappling hook.
So he's the one that sold the penguin stuff.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. We had Weiss versus Giant man holding equally giant chainsaw.
She lost.
He looked like yes, she lost. He looked like he belonged in the lumberjack contest that you see on ESPN 4 or whatever.
Yep. No, she was doing really well.
Yes,
but she was doing very, very well. He just overpowered her by sheer size.
Yeah. And the body slam directly from up here to down here on the hard metal train floor probably did not help either.
Right.
And then we had Blake v. Roman, which she actually won her fight.
Yes. Pretty simple, actually.
Yeah, utilizing her shadow semblance with the dust. Words are failing me right now.
I was like magazine.
No, well, yes.
It looked like it was essentially
the element. Okay, it was the elemental dust. That's
Yeah.
what I was trying to say. Elemental dust that Weiss gave her.
Yeah.
So
It looked like a magazine.
well, yes, but I was referring to what was in it.
No. I'm fascinated by the fact that it looked like a magazine because hers, it's like actually built into her rapier, almost like a revolver.
Yes.
Revolver cylinder.
Yeah.
The one she gave Yang was like a magazine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
You know, I can see them doing something like that. You know that their cohesiveness is a little better now than when they first started, obviously. Like during the team selection.
So does that mean that Yang is eventually going to get shotgun shells of dust?
I have no idea. I'm sure that hers is probably already has like an elemental thing to it, because some of the explosions look like it's got fire in it.
I thought it was just a natural combustion of a shotgun shell. Because the shotgun gauntlets.
Yeah, you could say that, but there is a projectile to them. And I think that's what's got it. But, I don't know. They haven't, made the actual, these things in real life, per se.
Right. One more thing.
Wait, I do think that Man-at-Arms might have. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen anything from them. I know they.
I thought you were talking about He-Man, and I was so confused.
No. The YouTube channel Man-at-Arms.
Oh, okay.
The guy that the group of people from Baltimore that do like forge weapons and stuff like that.
The one that made the Mjolnir.
They have done Mjolnir, yes. They did Link's the Master Sword from Legend of Zelda.
Uh-huh.
They have done the Buster Sword for Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
They have done they actually did Weiss's rapier.
Cool.
They have done I think they have did a version of, I don't know if it was RWBY or Crow's scythe.
Okay, gotcha.
I can't remember. It's like I said, it's been a while since I've seen anything from their channel. But that was one of the things that got me interested. Like, hey, they did this. It's like, oh, cool. They did Weiss's rapier because it was more of a sword-esque, which is a lot of their wheelhouse. But they've done other things. I think if I remember right, they have also done the Sword of Thundera.
Nice.
I think.
What they call the Thundercats? I mean, if you're going to be holding the Sword of Thundera, you have to do the eyes.
Yes.
Like, you just can't not do it.
Yeah.
If I saw a toy prop right now, I would immediately put it up here and put my eyeballs through each side. But
Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight.
Yeah.
Thundercats. Yeah, they've done several other different swords and stuff like that. But anyways,
one more thing about swords.
Yes, swords.
It's a tie-in.
Okay.
We had Yang getting saved by a mystery woman.
Oh yes.
Who it looked like she was using a katana. I didn't mention that in the last one.
Very long katana.
So would it be a katana at that point, or would it be a
I
know the name of it.
Yes, I know there's another name for those longer style swords that the samurai had carried at time. I do not know at the top of my head what that is. It is possible. It definitely evokes that.
Yeah.
Although she's able to wield it one-handed, so she's got some strength.
And it's got some elemental dust in it of some sort.
Yes.
Because she was able to essentially tear a portal through reality with her blade. Because it's almost like she... Best way I can describe it is as if she... If this were on a page, it was like she ripped open the page and was able to step through it to another frame.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yes.
So it's able to tear through reality. Yeah. So
yeah, we'll go with that for now.
And we shall go. I was speculating who it might be. Either future Ruby or Summer Rose. You said there's no time travel, so obviously it's not. It's not future Ruby. He refuses to tell me the answer, but that's perfectly fine.
Because it's spoilers. That's
Google
why.
I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna Google it.
Spoilers. So, yeah.
Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. Yeah. So there's Grim and Vale, and we're at the season finale.
Yes.
Or volume finale.
Volume finale. Yes. So let's get into this.
Indeed.
Play. Jiggy jug.
And so this is the last one that we'll hear this?
Yep. It's the last time we'll hear this particular intro.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you go back and watch this season's volume. But, you know.
Like you have probably 2 or 3 times at this point.
Well, obviously I have to watch it whenever I do the edit, you know. But,
No, I was talking about you being a fan of the show in the first place. How many times have you seen this volume?
I would say this is probably my second, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
See, for
maybe
some reason I was
third.
thinking you might go back and rewatch them between volumes.
Not that I wouldn't like to. It's just sometimes it's hard to find the time to.
Right.
But oh well. All right. Here we is. Oh,
Emerald.
and we have
John.
John.
Waffles. What? Hello?
His bunny pajamas. Uh-oh.
Ruby?
I'm sure they're fine.
You think?
Probably a butt dial.
Team RWBY has always performed exceptionally in the field. We should be focusing on our own mission.
We're gonna be deputies!
I just got this feeling. I don't know.
Jean.
There you go.
We're changing our mission. Everyone on board. Ren, we'll make it out to that village another time.
Okay, so they haven't even gone on their mission yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they said they were a day behind.
Right. That's true. Uh-oh.
Sure looks like it.
That's still days away.
So, what do we do?
Apparently.
I get the feeling Cinder's not happy that they
No.
escalated the plans.
Right.
They're supposed to wait till everyone was off campus, I'm assuming.
Ready. Fight!
Yeah. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the Naga Grim is the one in charge.
Hey! She kneeled them.
I saw that.
Birdies!
And she Trinity'd them.
Nora! Yay!
Let's move.
Okay, who's first?
You've taken care of it.
Oh, okay. You're first, huh? Okay, no, that's fine.
Easily, you've dealt with them before.
Totally fine. Done this before.
All the Chinese paying off. Hey!
Nobody move! Junior detectives! It's official.
What? Oh, look.
Ironwood?
Here's Ironwood. He drops the badge.
I get the feeling that's just making them more mad.
Huh. Yeah, I gotta keep your cover.
For a second, I thought that was like a boomerang.
They're more like commas. Oh, hello.
Nice.
What? Oh, hey, it's Team Coffee. Velvet's team.
Yeah.
Well,
You have a very big sword, sir.
Yep. And he has sword gauntlets.
Yeah.
He made it explode.
Nice hustle, Fox.
Huh.
Good job. You just destroyed my favorite clothing store. Prepare to die.
I'm sorry, did she just use her purse?
It's
Briefcase?
briefcase.
Fair enough.
Hey, come on. You spent all semester building that up. Don't waste it here.
What is it?
Future things.
Okay.
It's a Gatling gun! Hey, port.
So his is just a flamethrower? She looks incredibly annoyed.
Well, when that's what you have to do after people tear things up every day.
Wow.
Oh, I can't believe that you caught me. You've really taught me the error of my ways. Hey, watch the hat.
You did nothing.
They dropped their badges.
Yes.
Well, we did it. We did it. If we don't get extra credit for that, I'm going to be seriously disappointed.
Weiss, a two-headed snake literally crushed a bakery. I wouldn't count on it.
Plus, I mean, we didn't solve everything. A lot of people were hurt, and we still don't even know why they did this or who that mystery girl was.
Well, not every story has a neat and tidy ending.
We might not have all of the answers, but we do have a lot of dangerous people behind bars. And I think that's something we can be proud of.
Yeah. And if anyone tries something like this again, we'll be there to stop them.
Yay, teamwork, camaraderie, good guys, go team. All right, good job. So, what now?
I'd suggest training for the tournament, but I think we have that covered at this point.
So then...
Time for bed?
Oh, please.
Time
Yes.
for bed.
I'm going to sleep forever.
Yeah. They've been sleeping on the ground.
For one night. They slept on the ground for one night.
Osvin? Osvin!
Yes, Councilman.
You've left us with no choice. The Vital Festival tournament cannot be broadcast, let alone held, if we are unable to ensure the safety of the citizens. Therefore, we have reached out to the Atlas Council, and together have decided that the best option is to appoint General Ironwood as head of security for the event.
Thank you, Councilman. Our kingdom is happy to lend as many troops as it takes to ensure that this event runs as smoothly and safely as possible.
And we thank you, General.
Will that be all?
For now. But after this festival comes to a close, we are going to have a serious discussion regarding your position at Beacon Academy. General Ironwood's reports of these last few weeks have left us somewhat concerned. I'm sure you understand.
This is the right move, Osvin. I promise. I will keep our people safe. You have to trust me. You brought this on yourself. Leave us. I've been informed that so far you've refused to cooperate with the authorities.
I know this might be hard to believe, General, but I'm not the biggest fan of local law enforcement.
How about the world's strongest military power?
First impressions? Not great.
I'm going to give you one chance. Who's really behind all of this?
Isn't it obvious? You're looking at him.
Very well then.
What's the matter, General? I thought you wanted to talk.
The council has given me custody over you for as long as I see fit. So you can make yourself comfortable. I can assure you we'll have plenty of time to talk.
Oh, wonderful.
All in all, I'd call today a success.
Those stupid kids really made a mess of things.
Yeah. A lot of faunus didn't make it out of those tunnels. You still think the White Fang's gonna listen to us?
No. But they'll listen to me.
Yup. All right. And yes, there is a post-credit scene. But you can make quick notes if you need to. But Coco, that was the name of the other member of Team Coffee, the one with the giant Gatling gun.
Yeah, gotcha.
This
How was coffee spelled?
C-O-V E, I think, or that's Cove. It's been a while. Or it could be C-O-V-Y, I think. It's Coco, Velvet. Anyways. Excuse me. Oh, man. I mean, it did... Joe the Cat as security. So Joe the Cat as security. Nice. Penny the Pug, Otto the Pug, Gideon the Giraffe. What? Okay, what? I don't know. All right. 2014. Wow.
Who are you?
Yang, we have a lot to talk about.
Okay.
I didn't need as much room, so I was able to fit all in.
Right. I mean, it did seem a little short. Had a little bit of battle at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it was pretty much over.
Yeah.
Once
Glenda showed up.
Well, yeah. She just came up to fixed everything. But once Team Juniper and Team Coffee showed up, that's pretty much it. And then
once Coco showed up, it was all over.
Jeez, yes. If I remember right, her last name is Chanel.
Nice.
Yeah.
She acted like that kind of girl too. That was what made it funny. You ruined my favorite dress shop. So Team Juniper, Team Coffee fight the Grimm.
Yes.
Coco has a Gatling gun.
Yes.
Ironwood takes over security of Vital Festival.
Yeah.
Ozpin potentially fired? ? Ironwood has Torchwick.
Torchwick. Yeah.
I did it too. Thank you for that. Torchwick. And then Yang meets Lady in Red, which again looks like an adult Ruby, so I really think it's Summer Rose. Unless Summer Rose is not Ruby's real mom. That's the only thing I can think of.
You're okay. I'm going to say this. 14 members with, got Uncle Crow, Summer Rose.
Yes.
Yang's dad. Yang and Ruby's dad.
Yes.
Yang's mom.
Okay. But again, Yang's mom looks like Ruby. If that's Yang's mom, she looks like Ruby. Even the eyes. That's not Yang's eyes.
It is whenever she's angry.
Okay. Alright, well.
Like I said, that's going to be a future thing. Yes. It seemed a little short. Not as thrilling or action-packed, I guess you could say. Well, granted, this is only the second finale that you have seen.
Right.
But compared to the last one, it did have some action in it. But yeah, we did get to see a lot more people in action this time. Last volume, the only new person we saw Sun and Penny in action. That was about it.
Yeah.
As the new people.
We still haven't seen Neptune fight. To my immediate knowledge. Or my immediate recollection.
Well, he has a little bit, not much. During the Paladin fight, he helped just a tad bit.
Yeah, and then sparring.
Yeah. Well, no.
He didn't spar? I thought he was in the sparring session.
I haven't seen him in the sparring session.
No, that was Mercury.
Yeah, it was Mercury. Yes.
That was Mercury and Pyrrha. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I got them mixed up. Indigo.
Apparently, this was supposed to happen way later than what Cinder had planned, but Torchwick Roman decided to put it up because Ruby showed up.
Yeah.
I was like, well, okay. But apparently it did kind of fall within the perimeters of what she was wanting to do. Because she's like, okay, this seems to be okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with this now. But, yeah, we have, Zwei headbutting a Grim after popping out of a mech.
Yeah. That was...
It's like, hey! Zwei's here and he's alive. Yeah. We had, let's see, what else? I mean, it seemed kind of short, I guess you could say. But, I mean, like you said, we had Ironwood being given the responsibility of being security over the Vital Festival. You can kind of sort of see a wedge being driven between between Ozpin and Ironwood a little bit. They have different philosophies. They want the same thing, but going through different ways of going about it. I mean, obviously, I don't know why I keep wanting to say Torchwick. Torchwick has nothing to do. I mean, he has something to do, but Ozpin, he has his ways of doing it, and he should have his reasons for doing it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's just like you can't. They're almost not able to see eye to eye about it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, someone who's like career military, I think that's the solution.
Right.
But which we've had Ozpin say, I mean, if this is the strength of our army, what are we trying to protect our people from?
Right.
And, that sort of thing can and will inevitably cause people to start worrying and, fear to set in, thus attracting Grim.
Okay.
To this, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we shall see how that plays out. And apparently, Roman is taking all the credit for being the mastermind of it all, and giving Ironwood the runaround. So, well, okay, I mean, what else? What else would your thoughts on this particular episode?
Oh boy. I thought it was very interesting, the way it picked right up. I thought there would be more breathing room.
But, like at the beginning of the episode?
Excuse me. When it showed him getting the phone call from RWBY, and then immediately getting Team Juniper ready to go, about to get on the helicopter, and they're like, you know what, I really feel like, and then ding, ding, the alarm starts going off for the perimeter breach.
Yeah.
I thought there'd be more breathing room. I thought it was going to be like, this is what happened with Team Juniper concurrently.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Which apparently nothing happened because they hadn't even left on their mission yet. So
right, but the whole thing was Jean and Neptune invited them to a party because they didn't start their assignment until the next day, which apparently they'd just gotten their badges and then showed up.
Sun and Neptune, not Jean.
Sun and Neptune, yes, thank you so much. Sun and Neptune. But, yeah. So, I really thought there was going to be more breathing room. I thought it was going to be like this is what was going on with Team RWBY. This is what happened with Team Juniper. And then Team Juniper was going to meet up with RWBY. Wasn't expecting Team Coffee,
yeah.
To show up at all. That really surprised me.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by the box, because I'm assuming it's some form of dust. That's my assumption.
Oh, Velvet's box?
Yeah.
We'll get to it when you get to it, and whatever.
The briefcase Gatling gun was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was very intrigued by that conversation between Ironwood and Glinda. Yeah, at the beginning with Ironwood and Glinda, when they were talking about just trust him. He's never let us down before.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm worried. That conversation, it almost made it seem like there's a romantic.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Connection between Glinda and Ironwood, because
I think
the way she put her hand on his arm and all that kind of stuff. It that's just the way.
I don't know if it was. I mean, maybe a little bit on his side, not necessarily her side. But I think it's just being comforting or friendly or whatever.
Right.
Because she's got other things going on at the school. So.
Apparently, they've known each other for a long time.
Yes,
so I'm wondering if they were like a team themselves. Before they became adult hunters and huntresses, and
I mean, it could have been the military. It could have been the fact that they kind of sort of were at the same. Well, I think if I remember right, I mean, Ozpin and Glinda were together a lot longer, and then Ironwood is like a new addition to their little group, I guess you could say. So,
but the way Glinda was talking to him was like they've known each other for.
Well, I'm sure it's been several years. I mean, yes.
I was saying
more than just like. I mean, it's been more
Beacon
than
Academy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been that long. Probably
Yeah.
not. I would imagine he went to the Atlas Military School or whatever it was.
Right. That's that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Possibly. Is there anyone else there from Atlas? Is that where Sun and Neptune are from?
No, they are from Mistral.
Mistral. Okay, that's right. Okay.
Or Vacuo.
Yeah.
Vacuo,
Mistral, Atlas, Vale.
Yeah, I think they're from. I think they're from Vacuo.
I thought Mistral sounds right.
Mistral, yeah. Okay.
Penny.
It's from Atlas.
It's from Atlas.
Yes.
They're the only new show-ups other than Cinder, Emerald, and Mercury that are there for the Vital Festival.
Right. So. All right. Well,
that was a lot.
Yeah. There was 12 episodes this volume. Normally things run like 13 to 14 episodes, so this was it could be a little bit truncated, but it does put some things that can be looked into further down the road in subsequent volumes, and whatnot. Yeah. Okay, I guess pretty much at this point, maybe it's time to just kind of do like the post, the introspective, the retrospective, I guess, for the volume.
The whole volume?
Yeah, the volume. Things you like, things you didn't like, things you're kind of meh, or they,
Okay, so the two things I really really enjoyed were the food fight.
Oh.
It was very well
Yes.
choreographed.
Yes.
And the dance break.
The dance.
The dance.
With Jean wearing the dress.
Yeah.
Because, hey, he keeps his word.
Exactly.
He said if she didn't show up with a date, he'd wear the dress, and he did. Excuse me.
So. Episode 1, I thought was pretty good at starting the volume. It introduced Emerald and Mercury. We found out who Cinder was, because we'd only seen her 2 times before then.
Yeah.
We got to meet Neptune.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I think we also got I think we also got introduced to Ironwood at that point too.
Yeah,
if I remember it. Yeah, so
Ironwood showed up in episode 2 because I have him here.
Yeah.
Indigo's name is Neptune. Yeah. So General Ironwood, and then that's when you explained to me the 4 kingdoms: Vale, Vacuole, Atlas, Mistral.
Yeah.
Episode 3 is when we met Penny, or not when we met Penny, but when we found out Penny
caught
was a
up
robot.
with Penny.
Yes,
yeah, caught
up with Penny. She's a robot.
Yes.
Android. Duh.
Android. Yes.
The first synthetic android with aura.
It's first synthetic being that is capable of creating an aura.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I had to say my least favorite episode, I would probably say 5. No offense to people who liked episode 5, but episode 5 was the sparring episode where it was Pyrrha versus all of Cardinal.
Yeah.
And then Pyrrha versus Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
Sun asked Blake out.
To the dance, yes.
Jean asked Weiss out whilst being a terrible singer. Jean straight up friend zoned Pyrrha. And then we found out that Weiss and Yang had to lead the dance committee because Team Coffee hadn't returned yet.
Yeah.
But I believe that was also the episode that we had Ren needing his clothes because he's sitting in a towel. If I remember right. Because he's trying to figure out why Jean's trying to figure out why Weiss said no. And Nora.
Being Nora.
Yeah. Yes. And that's when we get into the conversation about co-ed dorms.
Yeah.
Because I was very confused still.
Yeah.
My favorite episode?
I mean, it doesn't necessarily be an episode or just a moment, I should say. Other than
the food fight and the dance.
Probably for me, obviously the food fight. The dance was a nice little breather, having them have some fun and whatnot. But the Paladin fight, with Torchwick and the Paladin, with the street chase, and then
That's what I was gonna
Team
say,
RWBY
fight.
Yeah, Team RWBY, being very coordinated with each other and able to just tear literally tear it apart.
Yeah.
But to be fair, these Paladins are designed to be operated in a group rather than just individual,
right,
by itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And the ending fight here in the finale had some fun scenes in it. I mean, you had RWBY mimicking the scene from the second Matrix with Neo on the pole going around and kicking, doing the the Agent Smiths or whatever.
Right.
But I think it was mainly used to showcase there are more people at the school than just our team.
Right.
So we had other teams come in, and obviously other than Team Jupiter, but we also see this is a team that's like upperclassmen to our current. Yeah.
Okay.
They're like a year or two or so ahead of our main cast.
Okay, see, I got the same vibe about Team Cardinal as well, because the way that Cardin talks is like a senior.
He's not. If you remember back and see.
Oh, that's right. They
Volume
did the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were part of the naming ceremony as well. Okay. Then why does he act so? Okay.
Because he's a jerk. I mean, come on.
I was like, he acts like a senior talking down to freshmen. Because that's essentially what they are, as second semester freshmen, right? I mean, if I was to go, like, Volume 1 is them starting at the school. Volume 2 would be, like, their second semester.
I guess. I don't know exactly the time frame. It's not too far into it. I'm just
guessing based off of how far into their studies they are. We don't hear them say, all right, here's your summer final, or your midterm, or things like that. So,
well,
Oobleck quickly became one of my favorite characters.
Oh. Other than just the crazy, the speed coffee drinking character that we saw in 1.
4 minutes, ladies.
Yeah.
So, ironically, Pyrrha didn't get used a lot in that battle. I only saw her take out 1 Grim.
A couple of them.
Oh, okay. I only saw 1, but it might have been because I was so focused, along with her, staring at Jean.
Yeah,
taking down a bear Grim.
Bear by himself.
Yes. He's like, let's see if I remember how to do this.
He's done this.
And then it's like slice with his eyes closed. And I'm sitting here like, either you did that so fast that the bear didn't have time to react, or that was some straight up plot armor right there.
So, yeah. Volume finale. Done in the books.
Right there.
Well, yeah. Yes.
or the Bible.
Yeah.
The Monty Bible.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Me personally, I think this finale seemed to be the. Well, I can't say that. I'm not gonna say that right.
I liked the fight at the warehouse. At the end of last volume.
Yeah.
This one, I feel like they should have stretched out the fight a little bit more.
Yeah, they could have easily stretched it out a little bit longer.
Stretched out the fight a little bit more, but let RWBY handle... Because a lot of it looked like it was being handled off screen until Team Juniper pulled up.
Right. I mean, you could tell that they're like thrown in. They're RWBY. They're like standing on that thing in the middle of that park area.
Yeah.
And then fight, and then everybody else shows up.
Yeah. And then all the rest of the screen time went to everybody else.
Yeah.
Doing their...
Which, like moves. I said, it's... I think it was mainly showcasing other people's talents and what they're capable of doing in combat.
Right.
We've seen Team RWBY do Team RWBY. We've even seen Team Jupiter, be effective in combat. other people, being effective in combat. What an upperclassman, people can do.
I like that dude with the big sword. Big dude with a big sword.
It has an AOE effect. Just slam it down and just... Yeah. Didn't get to see what Velvet does.
Nope.
No, she's just like, hold on, you've been saving, working on that for the entire semester, so just hold on to that. Okay.
It's like, is this an art project? Okay. Yeah. So,
those of you who know Volume 3. But then we got to see, we had a guy with basically reverse blades on his wrists attached to him.
Yeah.
And then Coco with
why was he red?
I would imagine.
Is there a reason?
Probably just his, he's probably a fondness of some sort, I would imagine.
Oh, okay. I was like, is there a reason why he's red?
I think with their team, I think there's two fondnesses, him and Velvet, and then two human, Coco and the other guy.
Okay.
Big Sword Man.
Yeah, Big Sword Man.
Big Sword Man.
All right, well, that was Volume 2.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. Looking back on it, there was a lot of hits, but then it's like, as I was thinking about it and reading through my notes, I was like, well, that didn't really get explained, and that didn't really get explained.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, that did not get explained, and that's because, future. Future stuff.
I was thinking that it was because of budget, so it was just like they left open storyline hanging stuff.
Not necessarily. There's some things that get touched on and some things that do not ever get touched on again.
So we never find out why can...
Yes, we never know why other than he's a cool doggo, and that's all you need to know.
Fair enough. Doggos are cool regardless, because why is the coolest? Alright.
Anything else? Any final thoughts or anything?
No. A few things that I do want to not really speculate, but
yes,
answers that I want moving into Volume 3.
Okay.
1, who is the lady in red? 2, what was Cinder's plan all along? And 3, what is going on with Ozpin, Glinda, and Ironwood in the context of they basically just said, after the Vital Festival, you're fired.
Well,
they didn't say that, but
no,
the way that they phrased it was, we need to have a serious discussion about your, you continuing to be the head of Beacon Academy. And so I hear that as, after the Vital Festival, we need to discuss your
continuing employment.
What's the word I'm looking for? Not resignation. Your not tenure. It's basically where you train your replacement. But I can't remember what the actual term is. But that's what I heard. So those are my 3 big questions. And then one speculation that I do have is I have a feeling that Torchwick will not be on Ironwood's ship for very long.
Whatever gave you that idea?
Well, let's
would it have been that little cocky giggle that he gave at the end? Well,
no, chuckle. I was going to say the Queen's chess piece virus that Cinder left behind in the communications tower. She's somehow going to hack. She's going to use that virus to hack into Ironwood's ship and free Torchwick. Because we never saw anything else with the virus other than they know that she left it.
Yeah.
But it didn't do anything yet.
Yeah. So
the only thing I can think of, since it was put in a communications tower, is the goal for the Grimm was to be a distraction so that they could do whatever they needed to do, and then Vale can't call for help.
Yeah.
For reinforcements to stop whatever it is she's trying to do.
Yeah.
Because they gathered a lot of dust, and then they gathered a lot of White Fang.
Yeah.
And then they let Grimm go free.
Yeah.
That's 3 parts of a plan that don't exactly make a whole lot of sense. So.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, well,
good questions.
So yeah, there are very good questions. I cannot say at this point whether any of them or all get answered in the next volume. But it's a journey.
Fair enough.
So I mean, how fun would it be if I just spilled everything here? And
Oh no, it wouldn't be fun at all. But just like
the viewers would hate me for that,
Just like or something when I'm like speculating on the right track, or you just be like,
I mean, I just,
because if I'm like way off base and I'm like colder than the Arctic Circle on my guesses, that'd be a whole lot better than let me just run with my theories. WandaVision with all the Mephisto stuff. Oh, this person's Mephisto. No, this person's Mephisto. No, this person's Mephisto because they wore red in that episode. No. I got tired of all the
Mephisto. No. Who's doing this one? Who's doing this to you, Wanda? No. Anyways, no. Sometimes my reaction, I don't know, I kind of have to rein myself in a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I know what I would like to do.
Yeah.
But having you find out would be a lot better. Yes.
It's more fun for you.
Yes.
Because you know
for the audience, yes. I know, yes, a lot of the answers and where the group go.
Yeah.
And what happens and whatnot, and I would love to say something, but I just really can't because it
right,
would ruin the initial reaction and stuff like that.
Yeah,
to it all.
So the family and I are in the process of watching Harry Potter's, and every time, she asks a question. My fiance. Every time she asks a question, I'm like, "Do you want me to answer it? I can pause it. I can answer it, or you can just wait about 10 minutes and they'll answer it for you." And she's like, "Just press play and leave me alone." So
I can't really say that because it's like I can't answer that question until for example, if you asked a question about a certain something, it's like, well, that gets answered in volume 5.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So that just well, I just can't, that's, you got that back in the back of your mind.
Yeah. So it's like,
that's
volume 5, hurry up.
Yeah,
Come on.
volume 5. I want to see it.
I need this answer.
And then you forget all of the other stuff that's going on around.
Right, exactly.
Is equally important as what would quote unquote be happening in volume 5. I'm using that only as an example for the audience. Yes, there's stuff that happens in volume 5, but what I was referring to, I was just being very generic and picking a random volume out of the currently 8 that exist.
Yeah.
At this time. Really kind of hoping when 9 would show up. I get to watch that by myself.
Oh yeah, because we're already caught up by then.
Yeah, unless you really, really want to, we can do it. It just would take a while. It would be a very intense thing.
Indeed. We would have to stop cutting between episodes and do 2 and 3 at a time.
Yes.
Goodness.
Oh gosh, and wow, that would be a lot and lots of editing on my part. Yes.
Future you problems. I just get to go home and go to sleep.
Yes, you do. Yes. So, all right. Well, unless there's any final thoughts or anything like that.
Nope.
All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for this volume. Volume 2 done, over with. Can't say we can forget about it, but no.
Drop the pen.
Next time, Volume 3. Volume 3. Leave it at that. So, until then, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell onto the subscribey dilly. There's Patreon. It's a thing down there in the description. Until then, until the next episode, bye-bye and be blessed, everyone.